date is June 26th, 2024. I finally have something to show you in the garden. Let's start with these cuttings of rosemary. I've had that rosemary for years and years and years. A couple of cuttings of fig, Ficus corica. Ají limón and ají charapita, continuing the tradition. My Bahamian elders, the yellow elders, I have given them the bonsai treatment, root pruning. Okay, let's start off in the greenhouse where we have some tomatoes. We have some sweet potatoes, some loofah, and one pot of dill. Let's see how it all works out. As usual, I have small fruiting tomatoes, medium fruiting, and large fruiting. On the right hand side here we have the large fruiting tomatoes. I'm experimenting with these tomato cages to support them on their journey up those tall sticks. And here in the middle of the pathway we have some more mature figs, fig cuttings, and the mandarin tree. The middle row here is let me see, what did I do? These small fruiting tomatoes, that's correct. They've been sending out a lot of root suckers. I've had to watch for them. Had to clean out weeds from the sweet potatoes, but they're looking pretty good so far. I may have mentioned before that these 3 pots here, which I have allowed to grow in their own fashion, are the peach tomatoes, yellow peach tomatoes. Several juvenile fruits appeared already. Should get quite a lot from that. And the tomatoes on the right hand side here, these would be the medium tomatoes. I would probably expect to be able to pick 1 or 2 ripe fruits in a couple of weeks, I hope. The loofahs are not doing too bad. No flowers yet, unfortunately. But the plants are quite healthy and robust and willing to do their job. They've attached themselves to the fence already, so they will be climbing rapidly in the warmer weather. This is the Green Island fig. Haven't quite decided what to do with that. I was going to take some cuttings with that, but I think I'm a bit late on that. This is my experiment with growing dill in a pot. Working out well so far. I've been meaning to get one of my tomato cages to hold that up, because the dill will get quite tall. Okay. Looking good in the greenhouse so far then. Great. Beans have been sown and they have produced their first few sets of leaves, but they haven't actually started to try to grow up the poles yet. Compost is looking pretty good. Needs a bit of sorting out. The garlic is almost ready to harvest, along with all the weeds that are growing up in the middle. This is the disaster potato area, with the volunteers coming along. As I've mentioned before, the idea here is to use whatever comes out of this patch here as seed potatoes for next year. Rhubarb is pretty much done for the season. Can't really envision getting anything else from that. Nor the asparagus. The weeding with the weed eater in amongst the asparagus crowns is working out pretty well, actually. 3 rows of peppers, 1 row of beets, and 1 row of carrots. You'll have to look pretty closely to figure out where they are, but that's what should be there. Those peppers are, I think there's some ají limons and also some of my own saved seed from California Wonders. Some of these carrots should be harvestable fairly soon. If you remember, that little patch there was a complete disaster where it oversowed the arugula. Onions coming along, and the pea pods are just filling up with peas right now. Very, very sweet and tasty. If we look carefully up in the tree, we can see there are some apples. So that's nice. Not as many as last year, but there will be some. Let's move on down to the squash area. Squash area needs hoeing pretty badly, but it's been really wet the last week or so. Haven't been able to get on the ground effectively. Several flowers of zucchini along this row here. Then behind is buttercup in the middle and butternut on the outside. These are borlotti beans. Growing those along for seed for next year. Borlotti doesn't stay viable for longer than about 2 years. Got to be very careful with those. These are my Brussels sprouts. Still no flowers really to speak of on the gladiolus. Just one there trying to volunteer, but otherwise I'm disappointed that the flowers did not appear to be carried over during that period of layoff. Cayenne peppers and California Wonder. Apart from that, I think we're done. The major period of flowering for the elderberries is finished. And apart from that, everything's overgrown. Well, so what? I just keep busy. So that's the end of the report for the end of June 2024. Thanks for watching.